Have you ever felt like quitting? Like you've given everything you had, but nothing seems to work? Like no matter how much you pray, how much you try, or how much you fight, things just don't change. I know that feeling. I know what it's like to cry out to God and wonder if He's even listening. I know what it's like to feel exhausted, to feel overwhelmed, and to feel like giving up. But today, I want to tell you something. Don't give up. Because right now, even in your pain, even in your struggles, God is still in control. You might feel invisible, you might feel forgotten, but God sees you. Psalm 34, verse 17 to 18 says, "The righteous cry out, and the Lord hears them. He delivers them from all their troubles. The Lord is close to the brokenhearted and saves those who are crushed in spirit." Right now, God sees your pain. He hears your prayers, and even though you may not see it, He is working on your behalf. Life will not always be easy. There will be moments when you feel tired, when you feel weak, when you feel like you can't take another step. But listen, faith isn't about having an easy life. Faith is about trusting God even when life is hard. Isaiah 40:31 says, "But those who wait on the Lord shall renew their strength. They shall mount up with wings like eagles. They shall run and not be weary. They shall walk and not faint." God is telling you today, I will give you strength. I will renew you. I will not let you fall. So don't quit. Don't walk away. Because God is still writing your story. The enemy whispers in your ear, "It's not worth it. Just quit. Give up." But God is saying, "I have more for you. Keep going. Trust me." James 1:12 says, "Blessed is the one who perseveres under trial, because, having stood the test, that person will receive the crown of life that the Lord has promised to those who love Him." Your pain is not wasted. Your struggle is not in vain. God is using it to strengthen you, to prepare you, and to lead you into something greater. Some days you might feel like you can't go on. You might feel like you don't have the strength to keep pushing forward. But listen, you don't have to rely on your own strength. 2 Corinthians 12 verse 9 says, "My grace is sufficient for you, for my power is made perfect in weakness." That means when you are weak, God's strength is made perfect in you. You are not walking through this alone. You are not fighting this battle by yourself. God is with you, and He will give you the strength you need to overcome. Sometimes we don't see the results we want right away. We pray, we wait, and nothing seems to change. But just because you don't see anything happening doesn't mean God isn't working. Think about Joseph in the Bible. He was thrown into a pit by his own brothers, sold into slavery, falsely accused, and thrown into prison. It looked like everything in his life was falling apart. But behind the scenes, God was working. God was positioning Joseph to become second in command over all of Egypt. What looked like a disaster was actually part of God's plan to take him to his destiny. And the same is true for you. God is working behind the scenes of your life. He is aligning things in your favor. He is setting up divine connections. He is preparing the right people and the right opportunities. You may not see it now. You may not understand it, but trust that He is working all things together for your good. Romans 8:28 says, "And we know that in all things God works for the good of those who love Him, who have been called according to His purpose." Right now, you may be standing on the edge of your breakthrough. You may be one prayer away, one step away, one moment away from seeing everything change. But if you quit now, you'll never know what God had in store for you. Galatians 6:9 says, "Let us not become weary in doing good, for at the proper time we will reap a harvest if we do not give up." Hold on. Your harvest is coming. Your season of breakthrough is on its way. Your miracle is closer than you think. So what should you do when you feel like giving up? Keep praying. Even when it feels like nothing is happening, keep seeking God. Keep believing. Stand on His promises because His word never fails. Keep moving forward. Even if it's just one small step at a time, don't stop. Keep trusting God. His plan is better than yours, and His timing is perfect. Let me remind you of some of God's promises. Jeremiah 29:11. For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord, plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you hope and a future. Romans 8:37. In all these things we are more than conquerors through him who loved us. Deuteronomy 31:6. Be strong and courageous. Do not be afraid or terrified because of them, for the Lord your God goes with you. He will never leave you nor forsake you. So, my friend, listen to me today. Do not give up. The pain will not last forever. The storm will not last forever. God is in control, and he is leading you to victory. Stay in faith, keep pressing forward, and when you look back, you will see that every battle, every trial, and every tear was worth it, because it led you closer to the destiny God has prepared for you. Hold on. Your breakthrough is coming.